On Monday, the Republican Mike Pence will officially replace Mitch Daniels as Indiana's new governor. And when it comes to achieving his goals, he is certainly set up for success. Not only is the state in good financial shape, but he has huge Republican majorities at the State House. Recently, I headed down to Indianapolis to talk about the year ahead with the governor-elect. How will you make sure Democrats' voices are heard at the State House and not trampled underfoot when you have super majority Republican status in both chambers?
Right after I raise my right hand on the west front of the Capitol building, I'm going to walk into my office and breathe a quick prayer for wisdom. Then I'm going to invite the leaders of both political parties into my office to sit down, to hear what their priorities are, what their ideas are. My ambition is going to be to communicate to the members of the Indiana State House and State Senate that our door is open, that we think no political party has a corner on good ideas.
In what ways will your administration be most similar to that of Mitch Daniels? In what way will it be most different?
How it would be most different, I'll leave to people like you to assess, Mark.
Well, I don't know. You haven't thought about that at all?
I'll tell you where it's going to be the same is we're going to continue this state on the pathway of fiscal responsibility, pro-growth policies, and expanding educational opportunities to underprivileged kids.
Will that 10% personal income tax cut that you ran on become law this year?
Well, that won't be for me to decide, but we're going to carry...
Are you going to push it this year, though?
Oh, I promise you. But the resources are there for us to let Hoosiers keep more of their hard-earned tax dollars. About 90% of our business enterprises in Indiana file their taxes under the individual income tax rate. The most effective way to cut taxes on job creators and small business owners is to lower the marginal rate on the personal income tax. And when we do that, we'll also make Indiana the lowest tax state in the Midwest, which would be one more feather in our cap to be able to go tell the story.
What's the boldest reform that you'll offer that will most get the attention of companies that could potentially locate in Indiana?
If we lower marginal income tax rates across the board by 10%, we'll get people talking all over America about Indiana. I also believe that on my first day in office, when I sign a moratorium on any new state regulation, and then initiate a full-scale evaluation of all of our red tape in Indiana, that'll send a deafening message around this country that we're going to bring common sense to our regulatory policies in this state.
Tomorrow, Mike Pence spells out his vision for strengthening families in Indiana, and I'll ask him about speculation that this job could set up a run for president someday. By the way, there was one bit of news from the governor-elect today. He's chosen Eric Doden from Fort Wayne to be CEO of the Indiana Economic Development Corporation.